good enough. You can't do it. You're not ready enough. You think you are.
Stop it.
You don't have any talent. You don't have the
Stop
skills.
it.
You're stupid. You're not smart enough.
Stop
You don't
it.
deserve this. Nobody loves you.
Just stop.
You are what you believe. I am good enough. I do deserve this. I am right. I am strong. I am smart. I can do anything. I am great at this. I have everything that I am so I am amazing.
Hey, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. Hope everybody is doing well. So, if you guys aren't familiar, daylight savings time happened today, right? And totally screwed me up. And I think it might have screwed up our guest schedule. I'm making the assumption that Kai and Karen live in Arizona, where they don't have a time change. So, like I said, making an assumption there, but here they come. We got them bringing it on here. So, Kai Venture Bags. This is kind of a neat story, guys. I'm really looking forward to this one here.
And by the way, let me just clarify.
Uh-oh, she's going to clarify.
Jason and I got up this morning. He got up a little later than I did. And I realized at about 11 o'clock that we did not change the time forward. So it's totally screwed us up. Like this does not feel right today at all. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hey, guys. Hi. So I don't know if you got my message, but we are live right now. So
what?
Yeah, so I'm making the assumption you guys are in Arizona.
Yeah.
You know what?
We just
know what happened? Daylight savings. Daylight savings. And when you were like, yeah, we know, we're going to go grab something to eat. And I'm like, no, it's 7:30 here. Like, so we had daylight savings.
That's
my friend daylight savings.
Yeah, they don't do that in Arizona. That's the only state that doesn't go by it. And I knew as soon as you sent that message, you knew.
My phone did like an hour thing this morning too.
I'm
like,
sorry.
That's how I found out. Because we didn't know. Like, we should know this. We've lived in New York our whole life. Yeah, and all of a sudden I'm like, Jason, what the hell? My phone says such and such, and I'm like, oh my God, was it daylight savings time last night? Totally didn't know. Nope.
Sorry.
No, you're quite all right. Hopefully you got something to eat, right?
Oh, good.
So
We just made sandwich.
yeah, so I put all of your links in. I put all of the links for you guys' Instagram, your website, and I think you had another one in there for like your travels. So
yeah,
so everybody knows Kai and Karen here. They are traveling the country on their bikes, right?
No.
Well, you're traveling in a van and then riding.
Wow, you guys
right?
must be really tired.
No, we've been traveling in a travel trailer. We converted a cargo trailer into a travel trailer for our business. Like if you can see our sewing machine back here.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so we're traveling in the USA. We got 4 of our bikes. We got our gravel bikes and our mountain bikes up here from this guy. He built a carrier for our bikes for 4 of them. So we're traveling all over the USA while running our small business, and we're just riding bikes everywhere.
Bike touring.
Yeah, we're gonna do bike touring videos and stuff like that. Later on, we have stuff in 2022 coming up.
Really?
And yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up.
Good for you guys. That's
this
awesome.
is wild. I mean, I would have. I used to work with this kid, and at the age of like 22, he just worked like 6 months, and he was like, "I'm leaving the company." I'm like, "What the heck are you gonna go do?" And he's like, "I'm going with my buddy. We're getting in a car. We're driving from New York to California. We're gonna go north into California, and then when we come home, we're gonna go through the south, and then come back up to New York." And he was gone for like 4 months, 5 months, and I was like, what an awesome thing to do as a young man, you know? And I would assume you guys aren't my age. So way to get it out at this younger age, you know, that you're going to go do something so cool, man. I mean, Are you guys into the extreme bike riding where like you're doing that gnarly stuff on mountains and no, you're not.
Do?
No,
Oh,
we're not at Red Bull level, but we are doing like mountain stuff, all the black trails and stuff. I'm recovering from an injury, so I do all the mountain bike stuff, but I try to take it easy. He does we just posted like a trick he did online.
I gotta go watch it.
Yeah.
It's not a video, it's just a picture of him like whipping the bike. So it was just like we just do stuff like that. We're not like Rampage, we're not like doing giant cliffs and stuff. But I want to do I want to get to that. I want to try one of those. I want to try one of those lifts off, jumps over.
No, I used to do that back in the day. Now it was more just chill, adventuring, touring. I got the dogs now, so I take my dog in my backpack. Hey, we take the dogs in the backpack and go on adventures. And then now we got another one, little puppy, named Klaus, which is going to be our trail dog. So he's going to be a big 40-pounder.
Sorry, they're playing right now.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's different places.
Trail dog. He's going to be the 40-pounder to be following us, but we're also going to be bike packing with him across. And then Vincent, come here.
What kind of dog is that?
You can see the video of him online that I posted.
And then this is the one that kind of started it all in the backpack with me years ago.
This guy.
He's been going in backpacks, a little fox terrier. And
Oh my god.
he mine.
Yeah, we tell him.
I made a backpack for him now, and then he started going in that. And then, and then came with all this business stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you guys say backpack, do we want to reveal what you do now, or can we talk a little bit more about like why you guys became bikers?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Wherever direction we can talk.
I want to know. Yeah, I want to know. People are already on here like, oh my god, I love this show. I love biking. Like, I rode a bike. Like, oh, I do have a story. It's a very sad story. Hopefully my mom's watching because she's like traumatized.
You're gonna listen to Mel's tragic bike story.
I'm an '80s girl, so I was on my my banana seat handlebars, the banana seat and the big old handlebars. Thought I was a real badass, so I'm going down a driveway. Well, at the bottom of the driveway, there was some concrete that was all tore up and I didn't see it. Oh, look. Guy's already like, oh, I know where this is going. So if I was like on Instagram or TikTok, I'd be famous because I flew right over the handlebars, busted my face all up. So I like have rocks stuck inside my nose. I still have scars, like rocks all in here. I'm bleeding. And I'm like, Mom. My mom is the worst about blood. Like, she'll pass out. There's no chance for her to like save us. Yeah. So I remember going, she's like in shock. And it was the worst bike experience ever of my life. Like, I didn't ever want to bike again. So there's no way that I would be doing remotely what you guys are doing. So
I think what you guys do it's gnarly.
Wait, what'd you say?
Did you say? Have you ever gone on a bike again? After that?
Yeah.
Like, a little bike ride?
Yeah. Oh no. Like we're just going around like a flat surface, and like if there's a rock, I move. I don't want to be anywhere near rocks ever again. So I'm like, But no, I mean, we haven't really out in the country. When we used to camp, we would. Oh, when we bought bikes together, we went like antiquing, and I ended up finding a bike that was from the year I was born. Doesn't he get one from the year he was born? It was a Schwinn.
Yeah, it was a 1973 Schwinn Typhoon with 8 hangers, man. Coolest bike ever. I'm telling you, it's the coolest bike ever. It was like a 100 green,
yep.
And it had the original seat. It didn't. I don't know if you get into those old bikes, but where the bar would come up, like up to the handlebar area, it would have what was called a horn in it.
Yep.
It was just basically like almost like a modified, like a gas tank, if you will, but inside of it was a horn. It was a cool bike, though, man, with the 8 hangers,
Okay, but we also pulled up in the campgrounds, because I got him a basket so he could put his beer in there. And so we get up to this campsite, and he thinks he's badass. He goes to pop a wheelie, the freaking handlebars come right off in his hand.
You got time down
like riding around without it.
I was done. His cool credentials went right out the window.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, how did you guys get into this biking, and where did you start, and how far have you gone?
Biking, I started as a child. They kind of started there. It's out in the front yard, then started jumps, little ramps, dirt jumps, blew up from there. And then when I got older, kind of mountain biking, and then learned more about that, and that blew up to realize there's an entire, not just the industry, but whole different world in that, different disciplines. You know, there's enduro, cross country, dirt jumping, downhill, free riding. It's like so many different ones. So I got into like every one of those. And then same thing with one of your similar story about that jump and over the bar thing. Same thing with me, only it wasn't during the day when I was doing the dirt jumping and jumping over the 10 stairs, jumping down, doing all this crazy stuff. No, I was going afterwards to Vaughn's to get a drink, jumped over the parking slab that, you know, he's parked himself, stop that, jumped over that, and for whatever reason, finally at that point, the forks failed and snapped in half. Oh. Poof, broke my face, my tooth went through my lip, I was just shattered. I had to walk home 3 miles with my bike dangling, one wheel dangling, walking at home. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, so I started there, then kept doing more riding, and then a few years back, this new in the industry, like this new thing started with road bike, gravel bike combination, where like basically most people start seeing like they want to get off the road because like the roads got real dangerous nowadays, especially like California, stuff like that, where like they have the 3-foot law, which is a joke, and there's like they give you 6 inches, and like nobody cares. So people started transitioning, like what can they do more? Like people on the road didn't really want to get off it. And one company started coming around with this new concept of the gravel bike, which is basically like a road bike with a little more adventurous, a little more heavier built, and it can have more off-road abilities. So I built up one of those and started going on crazy adventures and doing everything I could with it, because I'd be on a road bike and then I'd be like, oh, I trail there, but I can't go ride it because, you know, the tire's like that narrow and can't do nothing. I was like, huh. So with this bike, it's a do-it-all type of bike, basically. So that's where I pretty much got lost into, just consumed with that biking and just adventuring, seeing everything, bike packing, because with that you can put crazy racks on it, bags, and then with that you bike pack all over the place, and it was just loved it. It's my everything bike, like put together mountain biking and road all in one.
Right.
So and then we got her into that, and that's where she came in.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about like what he was talking about, the enduro and stuff, I only knew about BMX. And I only put like cans on my bike when I was little, and to make it sound like a motorcycle. That's the only thing I knew what to do when I was a kid. And then when I met him, I was looking for a bike before I met him, or trying to get into biking. And when I met him, I told him I wanted a bike, and he's like, "What are you looking for?" I was like, "Well, I wanted to go everywhere." I was like, I wanted to go on the street in the dirt, and he's like, "Oh, I got the bike for you." And then that's how it started. You know, all of it started. He started taking me out on rides, and he started like increasing the mileage. You know, we first did 20 miles, then 60 miles, and 100 miles. Every ride, and then he's like, "We're doing 100 miles today," and I was like, "Okay." I'm all trying to prepare in my head mentally, and then we ended up doing like 160. I was like, "Ah." So we done like long miles. Yeah, out of surprise. Like I'm very surprised I was able to do it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do half a day.
Yeah, it took all day. It took all day. Like, but it was a lot of fun. We like doing that, and you know that's why like that prepared me for these long bike packing tours, you know, on the bike, you know, going to city, you know, it's like car camping, but with a bike.
Yeah.
You know, you think it's a lot of fun, you know, you earn every meal, you know, and I was like, cause this show is about pathways, and I was like, what perfect way to talk about bike packing, you know, cause I went through a spiritual journey on my bike packing journey.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard because I wasn't prepared. I didn't train for it. You know, he was like, "Let's do this," and I was like, "Okay, I'll follow you anywhere."
Aww.
So I think that we went and we had fun, and when we rode, it was tough. You know, like the first night was tough. I never went camping before that, and on the first night, I slept on rocks. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. You know, we adjusted. We went shopping after that, and we figured it out. And then after that, it was. Once you figure out what to do, it starts to get easier.
Yeah.
You know, once you figure out your route, once you figure out what your capabilities are, it's just so much fun to see different sceneries. To be out there all day in the sun, you know, like seeing all the visuals. You know, you see like you're up there before the sun's up, and you see all the visuals during the day. You feel the temperature change. You know, you hear the birds. Like you don't put music on. We don't put music on. You know, because.
Yeah, like it's like you're feeling life, like you're just taking everything in. Yep, that's what life is about.
The city, like in the small little towns, you see the history, all the culture through there. You see the culture changes from city to city to city. all the differences and even the transition is like California being one of the weird ones too. Just like, it is a big state, it takes up a whole chunk, but the transitions, you can see everything from like the forest to the city to the beach to the desert. It's just like that was wild. Like we literally see like 3 transitions within one day. We covered enough ground. It was crazy.
Day?
And the redwoods, like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like our biggest day we did was 98 miles, I think. No, 98 because we got kind of asked out with no hotel or anywhere to stay at. Like one segment, so we had to go like San Simeon on the one. That was one crappy day, but but like especially like when you get in the nation, the redwood forest. You see these trees that are thousands of years old, literally. Like you can see a picture. I went to try to hug one. I think the base was over 40 feet. I look like a little freaking stick next to this tree. You're just like, what is that house? Like,
it's very fascinating to see that because they've been living forever. You never think like you'll see a tree that's like you can't even put your whole arms around it.
Right.
It's like it's that big of a trunk. People could probably build houses in them, but it's like nature's just so beautiful. Like you don't get to see these things. In a car.
Yeah,
you
you're
have
right.
to get outside but that's pretty much our story for bikepacking and how our spiritual journey happened. And my spiritual journey, his spiritual journey happened differently, but I liked it. Like I think it's kind of like what people used to do, like in the old tribe days where they would go like on their spiritual quest by themselves.
Yes.
Or come back and they're different.
Yeah.
Like it's survival mentality almost. Like you're literally surviving, out there.
Yeah.
There's no protection. You have no protection against cars.
Right.
You have to follow your instinct. Look over your shoulder every once in a while. Do your hand signals. People are like, you have to understand too that people always tell me like, oh, I'm so scared of going in the road. I'm scared to get hit. And what I say is like, you have to understand that in the world, there's more good people than there are bad. And a lot of people are willing to see you and they're like, oh, we see you, and they're willing to move over. You have the occasional guys that are like rude. They almost want to run you over and stuff, and you see that and you're like, but you try not to react to it and you try to enjoy your ride without, thinking about that or getting upset over or reacting to it, like sending them the bird or anything. So it's like, you just react to it, you be nice, and then someone else will like come around and like, because people help you. They don't people like they stop you to ask you about your journey, or they're like, do you need help if they see you on the side of the road? People like the community is like, it taught me about the community on that road trip, on my little bikepacking trip, because everyone's willing to help. Like stop by and they're like, how are you? You guys okay? And like check on us. And I was like, oh, I didn't really expect that. No one really expect people to stop by and be like, "Are you check on you?"
Saved us the highway.
Oh yeah, some guy saved us too.
That was literally an angel.
We almost went up the highway because he's like, "Oh, we have to go this way," and we're like going up a highway, and I was like, "Oh God!" It was like a little small shoulder, and I got nervous.
So to get into Santa Cruz, because there's like only one way technically for bikes, and there was like another shortcut way through the highway, but technically I think it was illegal, but also there's like a shoulder part where technically made it too small to get through it. But I guess eventually opened up again, some shoulder ways do. But also I think in California there's state laws with like, I think you're allowed on every highway, but most freeways are not, but in certain segments you are. Like there are issues with the 5 going to San Diego. You have to take it because you can't go through the base if you don't do the whole rest. But you kind of have to do that 5 miles of there. It's no big deal. But in other segments, they don't care. But other places you're not supposed to. But this one we almost went through. And it turned out that one, like, there was going to be no shoulder at some point in there with the bridge that we didn't know about.
Oh, my God.
And we're like, oh, and we're literally like, all right, well, screw it. Balls up. As we're pedaling off, the guy literally came out of the truck, oh, wait. Oh, there's a better route. Because I was trucking.
No, he stopped me.
Okay, but,
He stopped me, and I was willing. I was so willing. I was like, yes, message.
Yeah,
I was like, he's coming with the message. And I was like, I'll listen to you. I was like, what is it? Yes, sir. And he's like, oh, don't go that. He goes, where are you guys going? And I was like, well, we're heading this way. He goes, oh, you don't want to go that way? He goes, you really don't want to go that way. He told us a different route that went through like dirt. We got through the mountain. It was awesome.
That was beautiful.
It was so beautiful. And I was like, see, people like were willing to stop and help you. People think like they're on their own, and it's really not. Like the world, the community, everyone's here to help you.
You experience life a lot more intimate on a bike than you do any other thing. Like especially getting around. Like people think of it as always just like a toy, but they forgot where it all started. It was a utilitarian item. Like it started with transportation to get around, and then exercise came about of it. But before then, we used this for all kinds of stuff. We used it even in the military to get around. We used bike packing units. They got around, they carried all their bike bearings, extra spare parts, all their gear, their gun.
Yeah, can you
Like there's
imagine?
some stories about that. It's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah,
to look into.
I was looking at World War II stories about them.
Yeah.
Like they were like not like riding around with guns. We're like, what?
Yeah, like the history of roads, how it technically got started. Like roads weren't actually for cars. Bikes started them. If you find the history on it, first in the video, someone did a history documentary on it, and they go in there about how all the concrete for the road basically. Before that was all buggies and everything, horses crapping everywhere, and bikes got banded together and started complaining about that they had nowhere to ride. This is how we get around,
Yeah.
and started paving roads for them. It was just around. That was like called like laws or something like that. It was like the acronym of how they started the group.
Oh
It was
my
pretty
gosh.
cool, but yeah, so it all
Funny
started
you
with bikes.
know that.
People don't really know or think about that stuff, but life started with bikes, and we got around on bicycles, and that's the easiest, freest thing to get around. All you need is your legs
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a bunch of brakes, really.
So when you
Yeah,
did,
that's your gas calories.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when you guys
You
did
can
this
do what you
trip,
want, really.
when you guys did this trip, where I'm assuming at this point you don't have the car, the truck, the trailer. Like this is
No.
just you guys
No,
have
this-
bikes.
What
So
what got us to combine all this is thinking, how can we do this forever? But we still got to play the fence and live in this society on somehow and do
Right.
something like that. You get away with it. Where can we join this shit together and do our own thing and find our own healing and get out of the city, get out of society, like do our own thing, heal, get away from all the toxicity and all the crap they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's the bike packing trip really brought that out a lot. Like the concept of you start thinking like, what can we do? How the hell do we get out of this condo?
Mm-hmm.
And
The
then
city
they came up with
life,
like
yeah,
either
city
some
life.
kind of van life idea or this trailer. Next thing you know, the pandemic happened. We're like,
Time to
we definitely
go.
need to get out of this thing for sure. This is all gonna
Yeah.
tank. And next thing you know, there's these clearances on trailers. We're like, hey, look at that! Like it's meant to be. Everything literally fell in place one thing after another after another.
Yeah.
And next thing we're like, oh shit, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah.
And I
yeah,
built it up within like 2 months while trying to run the business too. I had to kind of figure out how. She was still working full time as a nurse, so in between sewing all these bags and her working, I had to build a trailer mostly myself. She'd have her days off. She'd come help me paint, do stuff. But I got done in about 2 months. We were stuck at our parents' house. We were like, we gotta go. I really not liking that. We were like, California was just taking more and more. It was like, we need to go. This is sucking. Like
Mm-hmm.
it just got depressing, honestly, just to be there, just seeing humanity die out of life, the city, just everywhere. Like even the people it was just everything changing. It just like you felt it. It hurt.
yeah,
Playing like you just had to get out.
Yeah,
Like, you felt it once we left and got towards like Arizona, like started staying here a few days. Even the difference of, like I said, the culture changed from city to city. As you got to Lake Havasu, it was like 100% 180. Like what the hell's pandemic? This is America, freedom.
Yeah.
Trump flags flying everywhere. People with guns everywhere, happy. Everyone just respecting you. It's like, oh, hi, mask, no mask, don't bother you. It was like, I forgot this is how people react. Like, this is humanity. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell? Like, it affects us. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
it really is. So, you're gonna take off again, and you're gonna start a new adventure. Now, is that coming up this year
Yeah. We're for biking or
for biking? Yeah, I assume.
Like, yeah, we're putting
Yeah.
together some trips from like where we're gonna be going. We're trying to put it basically. She has like a list of what she wants to do for this our healing journey of like all the places, like all the
In the
vortexes
USA,
and
yeah.
landlines of the USA. And within that, there's also bike meccas that we're hitting along the way, which are all the places with great bike trails and the cities to see the stuff. So we're gonna hit those along the way. And within that, we're also gonna train these guys up also and do the life of still bike packing. So we can leave this since we're living technically on BLM and National Forest land. We can stay anywhere up to 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the places we just unhitched. We stay there a couple of days and they're like, hey, you want to go bike pack? We'll take off for a day or 2, 3 days. Go within that forest. There's so many trails up there that we were gonna bike pack anyways. If we had to take naturally, we would have
Right.
to fly there to Maine anyways. Now we just drive into it. We have our home with us at any point. Unhitch, take what we need. We'll be back in a couple of days. Take the dogs, and we come right back to it. Move on to the next one.
Yep.
So when
So nice.
so let's say you're gone for 3 days. Are you bringing a tent? Are you bringing? Obviously, you're bringing some type of food.
Ultra lightweight.
And this is
backpacking
all
gear.
you're backpacking all of this on your back,
On our bike, on
or
the
some
frame
of it
bags.
going on the bike. Okay,
It's
So-
on the bike.
All on the bike.
so you're
All of it.
utilizing your stuff that you manufacture and putting them on your bike. Holy cow!
Oh my gosh.
That's from our trip. That's
Wow.
all. That's all our cargo and stuff.
So once you pack it all out, with get the right gear, get lightweight stuff. With the bike, depending also on your bike, like I ended up weighing up to I think like 70 pounds with everything, or 65, 70 pounds with bike and gear combined. She carried some of her gear, I carried some of my gear. I carried like a stove or a little teeny burner stove is like literally the size of this thing or smaller. Couple of burner cans, which actually lasted the whole month. And then we got our inflatable mattresses, the tent, all the compacts about that big. You'd be surprised. So it all fits
this is
within shovel
amazing.
stack. Yeah,
They're
and like I
little
said,
too.
You're right. So a friend of mine, not a friend of mine, I would say an acquaintance of mine, a kid I went to school with, he now lives out, I want to say out in the Montana area, and he's a freelance writer, and he writes hunting or hiking trails, things like that. But one of the other things he does is he reviews products, and he gives them ratings and stuff like that, and then those go out throughout the magazine and internet stuff. But one of the things he invented was which is called the trip tarp. Okay? So it's literally a waterproof tarp, and it can be used as a shelter. But on it, it has a complete system of everything you're going to need on a long hike.
interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so I'm thinking to myself, when you guys are saying this, have you ever forgotten stuff, right? It's pretty easy to forget something like this. And I was like, man, he should make these. You guys should coordinate with him and make one for your bike pack, like everything you're going to need. I mean, have you ever had a blowout where you're like, I don't have an extra tube or I don't have an extra tire?
Yeah.
If you're going tubeless,
Hey, guys like us,
I'm just so used to my sealant always doing its job, but sometimes if I get like a slash or something, I'm like, oh shit, did I bring the tube today? Did I bring the right tube? Because like I said, my bikes will do it all. I could change different wheel sets and I'll put a fat tire for mountain biking, or I put a skinny tire and go on the road and do long distance. So I'm like, oh, did I bring the right tube today?
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't even think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. That happens a lot.
Oh my god.
I can imagine.
So what do you guys eat when you're on the road? Like, what's your favorite meal?
Burgers.
Burgers. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and good patty meat that you can make.
Oh, you mean like a bike packing or the trailer?
Bike packing.
Bike packing. Okay, so bike packing, we did burgers. We'll go like places get burgers at, but to cook, we would get like instant mashed potatoes. We'll get like cans of beans.
Yeah.
We did rice. We did rice actually. Yeah, we did rice. And we did oatmeal for like breakfast. We had coffee, of course.
Coffee all the time, instant potatoes. You
Yeah,
pull off on the side of the cliff and start cooking. If you just see a picture there, if you scroll down on Instagram during our Oregon trip, I think I have highlight videos there for the whole segment.
Yeah.
But we pull off the side of the road. We had a one time on the one cliff edge, beautiful view. Started making our lunch.
Yeah,
on the way back down the line.
Yeah, you can't do that in a car or motorcycle.
Nope.
We did that. I was like, I'm tired. I was like, let's just pull over.
We're
Right
gassing
here.
calories.
We started cooking. We set the little burner up on a rock. Started cooking on. It was like the best lunch view ever.
Yeah,
On the side of a
with
cliff
that,
in the ocean.
It's simple. I mean, you keep it all the essential things you're gonna want and need. You're gonna snack throughout the day anyway, so you can, like I said, eat whatever you want. But like on the main big essential meals we do is just the main things like avocado, rice, instant mashed potatoes, beans, or we'd have some kind of like instant meats. Sometimes they're like a canned chicken or a canned or what was the other one we had?
You had tuna.
Tuna, bagged instant tuna stuff. So they make sandwiches and stuff.
Sandwiches,
Yeah,
sandwiches,
creative with it.
soup.
Different things, peanut butter and jelly with tortilla. Make like a crepe. I guess basically it is
crepe.
rather than a sandwich.
That's funny.
Yeah, but
So
you're not doing
that-
any Bear Grylls stuff where you're like hunting down grubs and trying to right? Yeah, it's a little
Grubs?
sensible.
Trees and
Yeah, you're.
stuff.
Thank God you're not. Thank
Yeah.
God.
So have you guys
used
thought
to-
about a TikTok channel yet?
Yeah, I have one, but I'm not. I'm learning about TikTok. So
Yeah.
Me too.
Find out have stuff come out. I post stuff on Instagram. I post videos on Instagram. I posted one of like our trailer. You see our bike setup and him like setting up a bike.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
The dogs knew
Yeah,
them?
everyone.
Them?
Or the dogs too. I have
Feel
one
the
of
energy.
I have one of the puppy, and he's running around. We're training him on the bicycle. He's a natural at it, so I think you guys would enjoy that too if you guys want to see.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I love
Yeah,
those
so
kind
we're
of
coming
videos.
out with YouTube videos. We got big plans
Yeah.
going forward. You know, in 2022 we got big things coming up. 2021 we already have big things on the schedule. We're still trying to work through it. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of stuff coming up. So we want to help out too. Like we're planning on helping out people who want to go bikepacking. We'll show you guys the essentials, bags to take. You know, like we just want to spread the message. You know, get out there. And it's,
Just show people the world, basically. Like, people that can get out or don't get out.
Yeah.
Inspire them to get out. Like, show them what's out there. People's like, oh, this, that. Oh, the weather's gonna suck there. Oh, this place, I don't know about that. What if they see it? Okay, check it out. It's not what you think, buddy. Like, get out there. The world's a much bigger, more beautiful place than you really think. Like, I used to think of it growing up too, like, oh, I'm not really California. I got everything here. It's like, no, you start to really like, wow, this is small compared to what is out there.
Mhm.
So much more, so much
And
differences, so much
honestly,
to learn.
honestly, anybody can do it. My dad is 67 years old. He has neuropathy in his legs. He can't walk for like a couple of steps before he has to sit down because his legs don't carry his weight as much anymore.
Yeah.
We got him on a bike. We gave him a bike, and he goes every single day. I was riding around the block with him all the time, and I was like, "How do you feel?" And he's like, and he just kept going. I was like, "Dad, come back!"
I'm walking in now.
It helps.
Therapy.
You know, I was so happy to see my dad out there. It's good range of motion for your legs. It's non-weight bearing for your knees, so it's great on your knees.
Super happy.
Yeah,
Just
and
smiling.
oh yeah, he's super happy now, and he's like he wants to do challenges. He wants to go on a mountain, and I'm like, oh God, you know,
my
what do we
God.
do? You know,
Baby
so-
You're
steps.
like, oh, the mountain.
and we know somebody too in who's stuck in Laos, you know, because of the COVID
Yeah.
thing, and he's get a flight, and it's like $1,000 to get back in the U.S. and the
Yeah.
embassy's not helping. And he
Oh, yeah.
is, yeah, and we helped donate, and he's I forget how old he is. He's 60, yeah, almost my dad's age. I think he's almost my dad's
It's like
age,
69.
and he bikepacks. He's
Stuck there
bikepacking
because of
there.
bikepacking.
Yeah, he's bikepacking. He was bikepacking there and got stuck. So now he's
Oh my
still
gosh.
bikepacking everywhere.
Wow.
But I met another lady too. She's 7. He loves it. I told him to write a book. I was like, we're here for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I keep checking on him.
yeah.
And I met another lady too. I wrote a blog on her. It's on my website, on our website. And she is 7 years old, and she bikepacks. She's been biking since she was 6 years old, and she still rides. She still goes places. She went to Switzerland with her daughter. She's everybody can do it. I believe anybody can do it. You know, I don't want anyone to say like, oh, I don't think I can do it. I'm like, yes, you can.
That's cool.
I've seen a man with no legs, ride a bike.
Oh my
No
gosh.
excuse, I swear. There's no
Yeah.
excuses. I've seen a man with no arms. I've seen a man with one leg. There's no excuse. Anybody can get up there and do it. I'm
Oh
like,
my
it's just really essential. I mean, like, it's good for your cardiovascular. It's good for your overall health. It gets you good for mental. It's good for your mental. Get your energy out. You get to go out there, you know, for a little bit of minute, put all your energy out,
Nature.
and come back, and
Yeah.
you're good to go. You know, it helps you get the serotonin going. You get your
Yeah.
endorphins going.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I recommend it to anybody. I was like, I see it. I'm like, do you ride a bike? Do you ride a bike? Do you ride a bike? Everybody, when I got back to work for my bikepacking trip, I work in a clinic, in a dialysis clinic with my nurses and everybody, my team. And they're like, oh my God, you lost so much. Oh, I wasn't hefty, but they're like, you lost weight, didn't you? And you're darker. And they're like, what do you do? I was like, ride a bike. You know, I just tell everybody, like, how do you stay fit? How do you do this? How do you do it? I'm like, ride a bike. You.
Yeah.
Literally, that's all I do.
So are you still working as a nurse then, Karen? Is that still
No.
your... Oh, you did
Not
leave.
right.
Okay.
No, I left, yeah, because in California it's hard. It's hard in California right now. It's just Western medicine. I realized through 2020 is I wrote something on the forum actually in the app about how I left Western medicine because I'm only looking for natural,
Yep.
you know, cures, natural ways to heal people. Because I don't believe in Western medicine anymore. I don't believe in science. I believe nature first. You know,
Yeah.
nature before science.
Vortex.
Like
Yeah,
Mel,
and-
we have a good friend of ours. We went to school with her. She was a PA in Western medicine. Really intelligent girl, and she left it, and she now works for a holistic doctor.
No, she's a
Yep.
No, am I
she
wrong?
wants to she inspires to help people by just letting them know about natural healing and natural medicine. You know, like she was so supportive of me after my diverticulitis stuff, and I just can't thank her. And I called her like, I texted her, I think it was Tuesday. I was like, my throat hurts so bad. And she's like, do garlic and honey. And I'm like, okay. Which I gagged. It was
I wish you guys could have seen this video
I did 2
because
TikTok videos.
she was
doing
like,
it.
what?
I can't. Well, first of all, like an idiot, the freaking honey somehow is like crystallizing a little bit. So, like a dummy, I eat it like that with chunks as much as I could of garlic chopped up. Okay. So
my God.
And my throat already is like probably, this big because it feels like it's closing up. So I'm like, oh, like horrible. I get it down. And I'm like, this is kind of funny. Because you have to laugh at yourself in life, right? So I'm like, it's kind of funny. So I post like day 2. All right, guys, day 2 of me taking the honey. I got a little smarter this time and, heated the honey up so it was like smooth. And then I did not use as much garlic. And I also let the garlic marinate in the honey in hopes that it would go down the hatch a little better. Well, no such luck. It was gag again. And it's better, but I don't know what the heck kind of sickness this is. But my throat is just like, I think it's either strep or mono. I really do. But she's telling me like, do this, take that. And she has just been a godsend. And then our friends are sending us lion's mane and chaga, and we're going to do the mushroom latte. And
Yeah, you guys tried these yet?
Turkey tail.
You tried this?
Oh, they're mushrooms.
Oh, so they basically make an oil out of certain mushrooms. One of them is the lion's mane. It's really good for focus. The chaga. My son has been drinking. So my son's a wrestler. So it's a high impact sport. It's incredibly challenging for about 2 minutes each period, right? And he started taking it a week before wrestling was over, and he was like, I love the energy this gives me. Like, he goes, I feel different from this, and it's these natural remedies that really do wonders for you,
For strep throat, I used to get a lot as a kid. I used to get it literally like every year. It's freaking annoying. If you want to try it, it works good. You have to do it every 30 minutes though, for like a day or 2. Use actually lemon, honey, and cayenne pepper. The cayenne pepper is what's going to eat bacteria. The honey and lemon are for the soothing and the remedies for what they do. The cayenne pepper is what's going to kill the bacteria if you have a bacteria infection. The garlic's more for fever.
Yeah.
The honey is for swelling. Yeah, honey, right? Honey is for inflammatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for strep throat, use cayenne pepper. Use lemon and honey, and you're gonna.
Now I'm gonna have to do that TikTok.
You do that every 30 minutes.
I totally watch it.
That cures it better than moxicillin, because I used to do moxicillin all the time, and I hated that.
Where do you get the lion's mane?
Oh, we'll put it in here.
You want to run up and grab it so we can show them the bottle?
Yeah, let's get it.
It's Birch Boys. It's actually out of the Adirondacks.
Yeah, it's a company out of the Adirondack Mountains.
Our friend that we're talking about, who's the holistic PA, her husband, I was telling her about the lion's tail and all that stuff. And she goes, oh, yeah, my husband gets it in the woods all the time. And I'm like, of course she does.
Yeah, these are just common natural mushrooms.
Yeah, like I planted yarrow so I could do some yarrow this summer. I also have done peppermint, though. I did peppermint and lavender, and I put it all in oils, and I made like our own essential oils. I just kind of let it, like I grinded it all up and then put it all together with olive oil. I've just been letting it sit there, and when I get an achy neck, I actually take it out and I rub it on my neck. Yeah, I'm like, I'll try it. What the heck?
Yeah, I use lavender.
Yeah, lavender's the best.
Yeah, Mel really does like the natural healing stuff. I would say that I really don't join into it, but I don't like to. I'm not compromising with Western medicine either. I don't. Have you guys ever seen Nathan on the show? The guy with the red glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working.
Yeah, we've seen him.
I've been working with him, and so far, I've lost 14 pounds.
Yeah.
So last night I didn't wear these. I stayed up until like 11:30. My son had some friends over, and so I was shooting the breeze with them, and then I went to bed, and I tossed and turned all night, and I
Are
was
we then,
like, I know it's because I didn't wear these damn red glasses. So it's amazing.
That we see them.
Talking about him again.
Yeah, we're like, we want some of the glasses.
Yeah. So if you guys do, we have a meeting with the guy, the distributor of these on Wednesday. So everybody will be able to get to them. I think there's a couple different levels that you can purchase. But I think we're gonna try to put a package. Like my daughter was doing something on the app where we were trying to raffle off some men and women's baskets, and it had candles, some razors. It just guy stuff and then women's stuff.
Alcohol.
But yeah, alcohol, and then but I think we're gonna do something different so we can raise money for. There's been some people that have been financially impacted by this whole COVID thing. And we want to help as many people as we can.
Did
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I don't know if Jason Dixie was talking. I didn't hear it.
I'm sorry.
It's a vibration.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
So this is the company. It's Birch Boys. And then this is the bottle that it comes in. It's 4 ounces. So it's basically saying there's 96 servings, and that's twice a day. So you put 25 drops of this oil. It looks just like, I don't know just if you can see it, but see the bottom part. It's just oil. You can't, I haven't tasted it like as a dropper. I haven't tasted it plain, but you couldn't taste this at all like in coffee or anything. So the lion's mane is to support healthy brain and nervous system function. Say goodbye to brain fog. It's a natural nootropic. I'm not sure if that's how it says. And may increase awareness in your cognitive memory and things like that. So anyways, when I was sick in the hospital, I had never had any sort of pain med or anything like that. And they gave me Dilaudid, which, Karen, I don't know how it is in other states, but in New York, it's really they limit the Dilaudid amount because of it's so close to heroin. So they give it to me, and I'm like, whoa. I mean, I have never in my life felt that kind of relaxation. So, I remember them counting down. They're like, I'm gonna count down, and then we're gonna see where you're at. I didn't even get to 5. I was pretty much out. Yeah. So then they give me morphine as well because I was in such excruciating pain. So you start to sort of learn the system because it screws with your brain immediately. I can't even say I was 24 hours into this and I was like, this is fantastic. So you start to learn if I say that my pain is at an 8, they're going to give me morphine. Yeah. Now, I mean, granted, I had 8 surgeries. I was really, really sick, and I was in excruciating pain. So there definitely was. He's such an a-hole. So, and I really was. I mean, it was bad. And then when I had it again, I had my colon removed, and I had 36 staples in my stomach. So they send you home with oxycodone. Well, you're on a schedule in your brain. I know this. I remember this. Okay, I took it at 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. And when can I get up to take the next one? It's got to be right at 5 hours. I remember the countdown in my head. And then I remember sort of feeling I'm thinking that this could be a problem, for me. And I remember them saying to me, this is not good. So thankfully I decided not to go down that route, and I did not renew a prescription for the oxycodone. And thankfully my surgeon, he didn't even allow it. It wouldn't, even if I wanted to, he wouldn't have. So, but because of all the anesthesia on top of all of that, my brain function is lacking sometimes. You know, like where I can't remember how to spell things, and I was always a really good speller. So when they told us about, she talked to us about, it's actually one of our followers on the app, and she was telling us about her son and how he like didn't ever want to fall into the whole idea of like school and how you're supposed to be quiet, sit down, you're a student, you need to listen, and we're going to teach you. And he was always like, this isn't right. And he told his mom that he wants to, he didn't need to make money. He wanted to do something, and he wanted to live like free. He didn't want to make money. And he ended up going up to the Adirondacks and finding this company where he's going, and they're producing these mushrooms. So he's into holistic stuff and making these products to help with like my brain function. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's freaking cool. You know, like you guys talk about how you're out and you're like with nature. Like this is the stuff that we should be going back to. Not like, I know how you feel with being a nurse. I can't imagine like having to give somebody those things knowing that they don't really need it, and I'm supporting their habits. You know? Like, and I can't say to them, I mean, I wanted to bring in my my oils, and they wouldn't let me in the hospital. I'm like, I would rather heal with this in my room, and they're like, we can't let you do that. Mm-hmm. Why? Well, because somebody could be allergic to, you know, the peppermint. Okay, well, I have an allergy to hydrocodone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, isn't it the same thing? Right, but like, you know, the oils don't cost that. Like, they're not making big pharma any money. So that's why I want to support these kind of companies that like are willing to do all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, us as well. We want to do that. We want to support only not just we want to support businesses. Yes, we want to support small businesses and USA made products, and you know, our local community. We want to help out. Like anybody in the community has like a business, like I'm looking at it. Yeah. You know, I want to look. I'm always asking them about people like, where's your, you know, what's the best local place.
Bike tours. You were on a bike ride or a bike packing tours, like learning new cities, learning all the different, you know, what's the best brewery here, what's the best freaking the farmers market, where do you get the best freaking food here, where's the best place to dine in. Yeah. So you learn a lot about, like I said, culture. Like that's what we like learn the culture and the small businesses of it. Like we hate corporation. We like to go to all small businesses that we can support all locally, and then we just hear their stories, how they started off, and then we like meet the owner. Like a lot of time, like it's funny. And then the stories, you know, end up with the owner meeting.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole journey. I mean, you're going on a journey, meeting people. You know, we meet people here just like through what we're just from our trailer, just traveling. You know, people just come up to us. You know, they just in this grocery store, we're like looking at cookies, and they just come up to us and start talking to us, and we're like, oh, hello. You know, it just, you know, like people just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know what happened. It's, we just start navigating. I guess we start creating this aura, I guess, from being connected to nature for so long, and people just beat towards you, I guess. Mm-hmm. That's how I imagine. Yep. How it works. But.
So let's ask them about this backpack stuff. So you're talking about your backpack as well, and I know you talked about the dog. What are you guys doing with these backpacks?
Oh, backpacks. We don't just do backpacks. We don't sell backpacks. We made a few backpacks. Okay. For our dog, and he made one for himself. Okay. But mainly we do bike bags. Bags. So this is one of the backpacks we made. He made this backpack here out of his military tack pack.
Yeah.
And he has like little hidden spots and stuff. He did that. We don't sell. And we made this for the dog.
Oh, that's so cool.
They got little hands, little holes right here.
Oh my gosh.
But our bread and butter, what we do is because we want to help people. You know, we want to help people get out there, and one of the things is, you know, because when I first ride with him, they have like in the little jersey pockets you have for cycling, they have like pockets in the back. Yeah. And I've always seen people like running with stuff in their back, and I didn't like that either. I was like, I don't like anything in my back. It hurt. I don't like to mess with my back at all.
Right.
And then he started making like bike bags to put your stuff in.
Oh.
So you can put snacks, you can put your keys, and it goes right on your handlebar.
That is insane.
Yeah, that's cool as ever.
Yeah, and this is one of the biggest sizes we have. And we also have like this little flip out pocket.
Oh.
That's like an add-on feature.
Yes.
You can put your little hair kit in there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
do both of you guys make these, or just Kai makes these?
Just Kai. I make him do all the work. I'm just kidding.
Perfect. That's the way it should be.
I'm just kidding. I do all the things. Okay, so our dynamic is he sews. I like sewing, but I don't know. It's not my really big passion. I was a nurse working full time. We only had one machine. I was like doing the business. I was like, you focus on this. I'll work full time. Just focus on the business. Focus on the bags.
Yep.
And I'll handle everything else, the business, everything else, the website. I did the website. I did graphic designs. I do stickers and art. And videos. I'm doing editing. I'm doing collabs. I talk to people.
Yeah.
But we also do like stem bags like this. So he does it all. He's a veteran. He does all this. He taught himself.
Oh my god.
And
it's crazy.
Also, we have an announcement. You want to? Where is it? Oh, we have an announcement because I reached out to Josh, and I told him that we wanted to help. I wanted to be part of it. I wanted to help this movement. I wanted to also help people, encourage people. We wanted to donate to this cause and to the contest. And we made this. I was trying to send it to Josh, but I wasn't able.
Shut up!
Yeah, that's cool as shit.
For the
Yeah.
winner.
Oh my god.
That is
The
cool.
second, what's today the essentials you go on a bike trip with? I mean, anywhere. If you go to the store, you go around the block. What do you always have? Your wallet, keys,
Yep.
phone.
Yep.
No one ever really leaves without it. I mean, you can leave with a phone, but kind of always need a wallet, keys, and then kind of always gonna carry snacks, something to eat.
Yeah.
You see something, oh shit, I need it. Oh, it's a dope souvenir I want to take home.
Yeah.
You never know, the things happen.
Oh my
So,
gosh, that's insane.
There's something small or something big. That's sort of how it started for me. Like it's like you said, like we have jerseys that have pockets in the back, and that's where it all started. And I always hated that because like I'd go on a big adventure. The bigger adventure, the more snacks you need.
Yeah.
So now you're limited to whatever fits in these pockets, and then you fill them up. Now you got something going all day long, choking you back. You got 10 pounds back there of snacks. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I ended up tearing my shoulder when I was working out one day. It just tore, and I had no function for about a month. So I could no longer reach in my back to get things, and I wasn't going to lose stability. I kept on riding my bike. So I bought a bag to someone that made one. And I was like, it's small. It worked for me. I was like, it's cool, but it's not big enough. Doesn't do I need? I'm like, I can make something better than this. So, like, it looked just really flimsy. It was basic, no liner. So that's kind of where I started. Was that is how I started on the bags. Technically, was tore my shoulder, dissatisfaction, and I was like, hey, I can do something like this, and people were loving it. I started getting wacky with it, doing my own creative expression with art, and putting it in there, and next thing you know, we got this company.
So I'm assuming they're waterproof.
Water resistant.
Water resistant. We
resistant.
can't stay water
Can't submerge it, so.
Yeah, we can't stay water resistant.
So
Yeah, I mean, my camera went through it safe. Went through a storm in Oregon. We're coming down. We got poured on, lightning bolts coming through. My $1,500 camera was safe in it. It never get water or anything and penetrate.
Wow.
Same thing when we went to Grand Duro in Quincy, California. We ended up going through all 4 seasons in one day.
Wow.
I was interested in that day. It was a party pace ride. And it started at the bottom. It was cold. And next thing you know, it transitioned from crazy to wet to rain pissing to hail, ice balls, freaking huge, to snow.
Oh my goodness.
Holy
everything that day was wild.
Yeah, it was.
Camera was safe. All my gear, I had all my clothes stayed dry inside of it. So
I have videos coming out like where I'm testing the bags, and I show you like the water capabilities of them. It surprised me too. I mean, because I ride with them. I ride in the rain too, and most of my stuff is pretty dry.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll make a video on it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put like, it's not just this bag. I'm also gonna put little goodies in there. But you can also see too that like it's red on the inside, a little keychain.
I love that.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna put, there's also gonna be little prizes on the inside as well. So someone is gonna win.
That's so
and
cool.
also the bullet technically you can velcro it to your belt, and it serves as a fanny pack too. That's the trouble.
Well, I'm seriously thinking because my son, or our son, loves to kayak and fish. And I love to kayak with him. I just go out there and
floats around and takes pictures and comes by us and goes, "You guys catch anything?"
First of all, don't even go there with me because you guys were in a motor and we actually used our bodies and went right out to the middle of the lake. Well, the other side of the lake with you. So I felt really good about that. But anyways, so I would like a bag like that. That's just easy to put on the kayak and shove underneath your little front. and just have it for storage, because everything I bring is either like the cinch sacks, which they're gonna get wet, you know, or something that's too big. And then like Aiden has that nice it's like a backpack, but it's kind of bulky.
Yeah.
Putting on a kayak. He's got a fishing kayak, but
Yeah, kayak. Have
way,
you
I
ever
can't.
fish kayaked? Have you ever
Not fish kayak.
All right, so the fish kayaks, they're flat, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't go inside of them. And so usually your gear and your rods are behind you, behind your seat. And then in the front, you've got a little storage area, but it's so far up, you'd flip the canoe over if you tried to get to it. So because of the way they're made, you can stand up on them and you can fish from them.
Mm-hmm.
So the tough part, though, is when you are sitting down and you're trying to get something, everything is behind you, like you said. You're trying to reach like this. Mm-hmm. And so I was actually thinking, when Mel brought that up, I was thinking it would be cool to have something like that is right on your person, where you can just zip into it. You can get your hook removers, or you can get a pair of pliers, or you can get a pair of scissors to cut your lines and transfer stuff. Man, I think the possibilities of your product are really endless.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like there's one watch I'll grab. There's like everything I make, for me, has to have two purposes.
It has to have two purposes.
I like multi-purpose things. Like I don't like it just do. I don't like it do one thing.
Amen.
Like for this one, it's called a hip caddy, because this one is the same thing. It's a bar bag, carries all the space you need. Same thing.
Goes on your
This
handlebars.
one goes on the handlebars, carrying my camera. It's got padding.
Okay.
Little handlebars. Has padding in there for my camera, so this is actually closed self padding all the way around, so I can drop it and it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Goes on the handlebars, but it's also a hip bag. I call it the hip caddy.
Oh,
So
look at that.
it goes around my waist. I take it off first. Especially on a bike tour, I have my
Yeah.
camera, and I'm not gonna leave that on the bike when I lock it up to go eat. I mean, I'm on the patio, but someone can
Right.
either run by, grab something, and run. I take it off, carry my wallet in here, whatever. So I essentially it's either on there or I carry it across my chest. It's also a chest type, and like you're saying like that, 'cause I see a lot of like fishermen like some kind of a chest type of this, like a chest bag, but with this, multiple pockets for fishing stuff. Like, yeah, I do everything around multiple concepts and not just bikes, but I have many things for like fishermen people, tool bags, tool rolls, tool shop stuff.
Ooh.
Yep.
And
Have you
that
done
seems
tool
like, it seems like it's very what's the word? So you know how sometimes Jason's gonna be like, I don't know what the hell you're thinking. You know, it's like sometimes the bags just lay flat. Yours seems to have like some, like where it can sit up by itself.
Oh, form? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
depending on the
great
material I
work.
use, the
Yep.
liner and foam, the
Yeah.
edging I do. But yeah, I like my stuff to be really firm and
Sturdy.
sturdy. I like really sturdy product like that. Like I know like a lot of the ways a lot of companies do it is a real cheap method where they kind of like double bag something, zip two bags together and flip it inside out type of concept. So you avoid taping things. You have to bias tape. Saves you time, money, materials.
Yeah.
But you're not protecting the edges. So eventually what happens? Shit rips apart because it's just basic
Yep.
prepping material. You got one line going across it, but the edges fray over time,
Yep.
especially if you don't cover them up with the tape. So I do everything, basic principle, complete layer, and I like my clean lines, edges. So I only have a flat bed. I mean, the stuff I'm supposed to be doing, you should be using a cylinder bed to get in there, but I had to figure out all my designs around doing that stuff too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do that, and then foam also helps with some of the stuff, but the materials and the designing.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So did we put a link to this?
Yeah, it's all in it's all, yes. But I'll relink it again.
Charlene has a question really quick.
Do you use electric bikes or normal mountain bikes? Well, they said that earlier in the show, but go ahead and tell them what kind of bikes you use again.
And
No,
are you
we have two
considering them?
normal mountain bike hardtails, Breezer Lightnings. They're fat tire bike packing steel hardtails with like 5-inch suspension forks in front. And then steel rigid gravel bikes with carbon forks for bike packing, touring, adventuring, and road bike. Those are everything. They're basically do-it-all bikes. And the other ones for more getting crazier.
Would you guys ever consider electric bikes? She asked.
Yes. Yeah.
For scouting spots,
Yes.
we've been thinking about it now because
Yeah.
we have also her other one. I got rid of my other commuter. She has her commuter still, but now that we're in this, we're like, when we get off that place, we're like, oh shit, can we get in that spot? You got to send a scout out. So I'm like, well, we only have this, so we got to get exhausted or get another of the bikes out, pedal in with the mountain bike, depending what the terrain is. I got to pedal in there, see if I can even, drive in with a I have a 27-foot rig, so our total I think is 30 feet with the hitch. So I gotta see if I can maneuver in there. So we gotta find our spots first and see if somewhere, because we do a lot of dispersed camping, so it's technically not even always a spot. We have to like find it off the trail, and then it's like, oh, is there over there? Like, oh, I like that over there. Like it's not redesignated, so we kind of see where we can get to. So a lot of people use e-bikes for that. We've been using our regular bikes, so we were starting to think like we need an e-bike for that.
I just want one. Cool. I want one because
I like pedaling.
I want to like because I was commuting to work on my bicycle because I wanted to try it. I wanted to see how it felt working 12-hour shifts. That I'll go in the morning, work a whole 12-hour shift, work, and I liked it, and I was like, man, it would be so much easier if I had an e-bike. So much easier to carry everything.
For big distances.
Go to I would love to go grocery shopping with the e-bike. I would love. It's like
yeah, people out here. We see one country a few out here. People do it. They have e-bikes out here in Sedona. So I've seen a few at the markets already. People do that around here. I'm like, oh, it's cool. They have a few bikeways.
They pass us up too. They like we're riding up a hill and they're like, I'm like, oh man.
If you're in the city, the bikes have right away on all the roads, no matter what. So we don't even need the bike lane. It's pretty cool. So a lot of like bikes. We go 30 miles an hour. They're fast.
Climb BMX wants to know state parks or dirt jumps. What do you guys prefer?
State parks.
Skate parks or state?
Skate.
Oh, skate. Oh, skate.
I used to be in
yeah.
so I did more street, but street and skate parks. I'm into dirt jumps. Dirt jumping was my dirt jumper, but on BMX, I like the skate parks and.
I would want to go to the skate park too. I want to go there right now. It's just my regular bike.
She started playing with the BMX bike.
He sold his BMX, so I was totally playing on it.
That's exactly what Climb BMX asked earlier, was something about, do you guys BMX? So clearly,
he does.
BMX does.
I got rid of it.
I
had 12 bikes.
I did one trick on it, and I was so proud, and then he sold it. And I was so sad.
I've never done. Well, my trick was when I went over my handlebars and landed.
You flew, right?
Yeah, winning. I just didn't I didn't nail the landing very well. That didn't work out so well for me, but that's okay.
You just have to try it again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I might have done that at camp too when we were, throwing some back too, but that's a whole nother story. So, I'm excited that we get to go on and look through all of your merchandise. I'm excited that you guys made that awesome bag for our donations. That's really what we want to focus on, you guys, too, is setting something up so that we can help people the way that, like, we appreciate everybody that comes on this app. And we appreciate your support every Sunday for us and then every day of the week for them. So any way that we can help people, and I'm glad that you're willing to do that with us, and that bag is so cool.
It is. I want the Redpill bag. I wish you would make another one.
Yeah.
Give me the price and I'm going to pay.
You guys have bikes, right?
What's that?
You guys have bikes?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, but I'll get a bike.
Look how disappointed. Yes, we have bikes. Yes.
Yeah. No.
Come on, guys. We're going to go visit you. We'll go
Bikes
over there.
for the future.
Yeah, so out of curiosity,
that'd be fun.
Where you headed this year? You got states you're headed to?
Well, because the weather's weird everywhere for some reason. We're just like playing by ear right now. So we're like, checking out. We want to go to Denver, Colorado. We definitely want to visit Colorado. Make our way towards Texas. We have some people in Texas we want to see. That's probably going to be in the winter time. We definitely want to make it to the East Coast. We've never been. And we want to, Oh, you've been to Florida?
Georgia.
Okay, I've never been. I just want to go. I want to see it. I want to see everything. I just want to go and travel. And so I think we're gonna make our way towards. the East Coast in some way, some form, hopefully.
Yeah.
So do you want to?
So what I would like you to do. Hold on one second, please. So what I would like you guys to do is keep an update. So once you guys hit the road and you start to travel, there's a ton of people in Texas. There's a lot of people in the Midwest that support us. And if, just keep us updated. I know you got the Instagrams and stuff, but, if you can just put your links, even if you do something on Instagram, post it onto the app so we kind of know where you are. Because if we're ever really close, let's hook up.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they can come to the Adirondacks and then we could meet them there. And we could do a very short bike trip.
Yeah, like I could ride Kai's bike just down the road and bring it back.
Right.
And be like, yeah, man, sweet bike.
But I
We
think that would be
We
fun.
go around, we meet people, we teach them whatever they want to know about bikes. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, we actually met somebody here on the trails the other day. They're coming up like, hey, you guy from Coinbase. I was like, what the hell? How do you know me from 1,000 miles from home? Like,
Oh my gosh, because you're famous. That's
Like,
so
yeah,
cool.
we go around and meet people know us, and we like to hear stories, spread stories, and ride with them. People show us trails. We can't show them trails anymore since we're not at our home trails, but now we definitely want to meet everyone else's trails. Now that we're on the road, we want to see how, I know people even in here definitely ride the same things we do, mountain bikes and gravel bikes, and ride around like state parks and natural forest stuff. So we want to see all the trails and everything they have to offer. So you guys around, send us an email, even on our website. Like, we always put it on here. We're on the road every week, so we're always traveling city to city because we kind of have to. You can't live in the forest technically, so
it would be so cool because everybody, not everybody is hush hush. Everybody's hush hush about everything. Like, they don't talk to. At work it was crazy. Everybody, because in California everybody's like almost liberal. Yeah. So it was hard. I was like trying to talk. I'm trying to like talk to them, and they're like,
can't talk freely.
No, Karen, no. So that's how we found, Redpill. We were just like, we didn't like what anybody's saying. We're like, oh my God, like, what are you spreading? And then we found Josh and Jason are like, heck yeah. They're just taking exactly what we're talking about, exactly what we know, and it's like, we connect pretty much. Like, we pretty much know what you guys are talking about on like the fringe and stuff, and how like spirituality stuff, and like how some people how it's getting controversial, I guess, like religion and all of that was getting controversial. Like, we know we've been searching. I guess we've been searching for answers for a very, very, very long time. We don't have all the answers. We're in pursuit of it. Yeah, we don't have all the answers to the truth. We're in pursuit of truth. So just like everybody else. And that's our journey right now. We're
just like-minded people that also know. Want to connect, want to talk about the same things, and move the world in the right direction and talk about it. Not be like, hush, no, let's not talk. Like, well, that's how we start as humans. We talk about these things by meeting new people. I mean, this like our biggest opportunity for us is, well, we could do something with that. I mean, we're small, but we affect some thousands of lives. We got, some 7,000 followers on just Instagram alone, and how many on Facebook and where else, our website, blog that follow us. So we affect some part of the world, and even in the cycling industry, that's the bigger part of the world that affects everything. That's something that everybody does and everyone can connect with factually for sure. And dude, like, you don't have to have nothing in common with that other than just ride a bike and be happy. It just brings a smile to your face, and you don't have to talk about it. You just go on a ride and you're both happy, and it connects you. Just something as simple as that changes the world.
I honestly, like, I've gotten I've influenced a lot of people. Like, I tell my friends, like, do you ride a bike? And they're like, no, but I want one now. And they're like, Karen, I got a bike. You want to go on a bike ride? And I was like, yeah, let's go. And they, I go on bike rides with them. They get bikes because of me. I try to help people too. Like, I helped my coworker because she was like, I'm looking for something to help me lose weight and stuff. And I was like, ride a bike. And I was like, I'll help you. Look, we're like helping her out and break. We're on break. Looking for a bike for her to buy.
Oh, that's nice.
I gave her a gift, because I was so happy that she was doing this journey. She was so excited. She wrote a book. If you guys want to read her book, it's more than just the breeder.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy story.
It's a really good story. And she talked about a bike in there, and I was like, oh, it's perfect. So I'm glad. I was really, touched to help her with that journey. So I was glad to check up on her again, see how she's doing. How that biking journey is going. But I'm excited. I want to help people ride bikes. It brought me so much excitement, and it brings Sam so much excitement. So why not spread it around? Spread the good word and tell people just get on a bike. It's healthy for you. I was telling all my patients, because they're in dialysis, and dialysis is end-stage renal disease. No function of your kidneys, meaning that there is not enough blood flow running through your kidneys in order to keep them functioning. And what happens from that is high blood pressure, diabetes, a poor diet, weight, but with biking, it balances everything. It's cardiovascular, it helps maintain weight, it helps reduce weight, you're doing exercise, you have your range of motion with all your limbs. It's a full body workout. So you're working from head to toe, keeping your arms up, keeping your legs moving, blood flow going, serotonin, chemicals going in your head. It just overall, I just want to spread that message. Like, just ride a bike for 30 minutes a day, and that's all you need. You don't have to walk. You know, you don't have to do your walk for 5 minutes if you don't want to walk, because I understand people don't want to go outside and walk, you know, and people want to ride bikes. And like riding bike, you can go 5 miles, 10 miles,
Yep.
you know, see different things, go different places, do a little trick, you know, have fun with it. The wind's in your hair.
Do a little wheelie.
You know, there you go. You know, the handlebars. I take one leg off, you know, I just have fun with it, you know, take one hand off, I take my hands off, try to do something.
She does. I take pictures of it.
Yeah, I do pictures. I take
screaming,
hands.
scaring me. She's like, look. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
I'm getting ballsy. I'm trying to do jump.
Oh, Karen, you're so cute. No. I'm gonna be like,
it's okay. I'm all right. I went over the handlebars too.
Oh, she's taking
I went through the handlebars.
She went.
Yeah, I got
Superman.
nervous. Yeah, I got nervous on the trail and I
Crashed into a guy.
No, I didn't crash into anybody. Oh, that was in Santa Monica. Yeah,
The one in Claremont.
No, I didn't crash into him.
You flipped over the bars?
No, we got eye contact. Okay, we got eye contact. He looked scared. I got nervous and I was like, oh, I just lost control and I went over. You know, just from eye contact.
yes. Oh my gosh, because you're totally not concentrated. It broke your concentration.
And you both just have that oh shit look rather than like respond. You're just like
yeah.
it's happening, you know?
Oh
and I learned so much from that still. I rode home with tears in my eyes and a little bruise in my knee.
But she rode.
I rode home. And the next day I kept going back on. And
San Marcos crazy.
yeah, and then after that, like and we went to Joshua Tree and we're coming downhill, right? He already like dusted me. He's gone. And I'm like riding down. All of a sudden, like dogs come out of nowhere. Like they're coming out of nowhere, chasing me. And I'm like, oh crap! But I didn't want to kick them. You know, I'm like, I should probably lose them. So I'm trying to go down. And I'm like letting go. And I see a pit bull coming behind me, and he's like trying to bite me.
Yep, their heels. I stopped to look back. I'm like, oh shit, dogs, go!
Oh god! I let go of the brakes. I just kept in my mind. I just saw him, and I was like, I'm gonna stay focused. And it's sand. You know, it's hard to control in like deep sand. So I'm like,
sand.
So I'm like, forget it. Let go of the brakes. And I'm going fast, and I just look behind, and he's gone. He was like, forget it. You know?
Oh
I just kept going, and I see Kai come out of nowhere. He has like a machete. He's like,
yeah, they're chasing me, so I was like, oh shit. So I ran. Like, we went this way. I got them to come this way, and then the owner came back and eventually whistled, and one of them got curious, thinking, I was like, I had a machete out ready, and then finally ran back home. I was like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, but what I was trying to teach people too is that like I put myself in these situations, but I had to, you know, to stay calm. You have to stay calm in any kind of situation. Stay calm, stay focused, breathe, focus, and you'll be okay. And that's what I'm trying to tell people, because people like fall down, they don't want to get back up on the bike. Yeah. They're like, I'm done, I'm over it. You know, they're like, I'm never going on that thing again. Mm-hmm. And it breaks my heart, because I'm like, you can do it. You can do it. Get back on it. You know, because I've done it. So I know everybody else can do it.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Aww.
Well, very good. Well, we went over a little bit, so I appreciate the extra time, guys. We'd love to have you back on, especially once you get into this journey, you know, and you kind of figure out where you're headed. And if you are in Western New York, please look us up, man. I'm going to tell you all the good beer places to go. And this is one of them right here, right just there. So it's Mortalis Brewing. It's
you got sour?
What's that?
Sours?
They do make sours. They actually are in the so they're a 3-year-old company, and the guy's really got an incredible success story. He basically was a home brewer.
Maybe we shouldn't tell them because they're coming
out. I think I'm going to have him on as a guest, but I'm going to kind of give you this because I love hearing success stories.
Yeah.
Cool. So he was a home brewer, and my county offered $100,000 1% loan to anybody that would win it. So his wife and his brother-in-law, they were like, try it. So he did, and he won. And that's how he got the money to start his brewery. And in 3 years, he's now ranked in the top 25 in the world. He's in the top 25 in the world as a craft brewer. It's pretty amazing.
But we went to school with I'm friends with his brother, and then we became friends with them as adults and Redpill. And then this guy was younger than us, but we went to the same school, and then now his brewery is in the town that we live in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's just you know, he was a young kid when we were in school and we started out there, and now he's an adult with this great, successful business. And if they're watching, Mortalis owners, I won't say your names.
Yeah, if you
Every
guys...
time Jason says he's going to have a meeting with you, the meeting usually I say, how long? Oh, maybe about a half hour. I plan on half the day. Because for some reason, he just
Gotta
gets
try the
stuck
flavors.
there.
So if you guys want me to, I will. I can probably get you some. You like sours? Okay.
Oh, yes.
So in the app, send me a direct message. Give me your address. I'll put some in the mail for you. Okay.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, James.
Yeah, you got it. All right. So until next time, like I said, get that to me. Until next time, thank
Ride
you, everybody.
safe.
Yeah,
Be
you
safe.
guys ride safe. Yep. And we'll talk next time.
Always.
All right. Hey, you guys stay on
Bye,
while we
guys.
close out.